everyone, Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be taken or seen as a signal to buy or to sell. And we can see here, as we normally do, we look at the crypto bubbles. We can see we're up one rank to 75, still under that 1 billion market cap at 911 million. Price just sitting at that $75 mark. Currently up 0.7% in the hour, down 1.2% in the day, down 5.6% in the week. So looking a bit choppy, to be quite honest, out in the market at the moment. Again, I think we're just doing this sideways accumulation across the market at the moment until we start to see things move, which I believe will happen when we start to see standardization, regulations start to come in, which I think is pending, is coming very, very soon, especially here in the UK when the government was talking about regulations not so long ago and pushing them out in July with stablecoins and staking. But we move over to crypto quant where we can see the exchange reserves. And again, nothing really changing. Still sitting at that 1.593 million mark. Again, if we look at the spot exchanges, just going sideways. 258,000 still sitting on spot exchanges. Now, yes, for a lot of people, this is like watching paint dry, but this is the time you sit on your hands or you just keep accumulating. You do nothing other than that. That's the way I see it. That's what I'm doing. In my personal opinion, I just sit and wait. But I do believe we're going to see at some point, some price action with regards to quant, because we see this from you don't own enough quant. Quant BTC update. This is the 2-year anniversary of the $40 bottom. The last time quant double wicked a bottom, it would go on to rally 500%. We are currently 10x away from the local quant BTC all-time high. This may be a turning point some have been waiting for, and as we can see here. So looking very, very interesting. I know a lot of people don't look at the TA, the trade analysis. I personally believe more in fundamental analysis because I think that will eventually move the market and the price of quant will be realized because of all the work that they've been doing. But we'll have to wait and see. So take that with a pinch of salt at the moment. But we see this from Ultra Quantfy. Instead of looking for gaps in the market, look at connecting an aggregate of fragmented existing issues as the internet has become more and more increasingly untrustworthy and bottlenecked. Or just by quant, he says, no one in the preceding generations of your family will ever have the opportunity to buy such a token opportunity ever again like today. Now, this is very much where it began and where it ended up. And as we can see here, Gilbert, when he was on stage from the very start, benefit from all blockchains. We can see this diagram here, and then we can see this where it began, the third-party integrations for RLN infrastructure, RLN API, FAPI, messaging, and PKI services. This is looking very, very interesting. And I like to go back to this where Gilbert Verdin was giving his first talk, and he talks in this about the ICO. He's giving a presentation, and for me, this is where it all began.
All blockchains. And so what we've done with Overledger, it's an operating system that sits on top of existing first-generation blockchains, second-generation blockchains, nth-generation blockchains, and interoperability blockchains. And it allows you to connect seamlessly without giving you any extra overhead, without giving you any extra consensus or cost, because it's facilitating that data transfer between networks. We're connecting and bridging networks and allowing you to do something quite unique to create new multi-chain applications, not distributed applications, multi-chain applications.
I find that very, very interesting. The very start where he was talking about this, where he had this vision, and then we come to this. This is where it all begins or ends, if you know what I mean. It's where, you know, the stages that from that very first seminar that he did to where we are now. And this was an excerpt from EBA Day. Closing the session, Gilbert Verdin has a clear message for the European commercial banks. Time is running out. Come and talk to us at stand 36 and learn how to seize the lead. We've worked on Digital Pound and the RLN, and we're here to help. So let's listen to this. This is quite powerful because he uses the word mandate.
Corporates, especially multinational corporates, are coming to you and saying, I want the functionality of a stable coin like a USDC, for example, because I like to use my app and do things, and I'm used to that journey, I'm used to that experience. Can you offer that for my corporates? If you can't, I will go and use USDC. So there's a risk of losing customers to new entrants into the market, and if banks don't innovate, then those customers will use something that's been proven and already exists. And we're seeing a lot of those discussions with a lot of multinational corporates. But to integrate this into banks, having been worked in banking previously, as David said, it is very difficult, but the time is running out. CBDCs will come. They will be forced to be integrated into your environments. So you're better off starting today rather than waiting for a mandate for you to do it.
Wow. CBDCs are coming. You heard it there from Gilbert. They're coming whether you like it or not. So it's better to get in now instead of being mandated to do it. Wow. So you can see from that very first video, his seminar that he did, where we are now with regards to quant and some of the words, the choice words that are being used is very, very revealing. Now, I took this excerpt way back. This was back in January this year. And I took this from an extract from Disruptive Innovation. This was Gilbert Verdian on ISO standards. He says here, it is a very sought out technology today because it really does create the foundation for the future that is coming, said Gilbert Verdian, the head of British delegation working on blockchain standards at the ISO and the founder of company Quant Network. To get behind it and back it now is going to put people at an advantage, either politically or economically. Now, he's been saying this all along, and this was a while back, this excerpt. And it just gets me thinking. Think about all the standards that were created in the first place. All created, first of all, when we think of ISO TC307. Then what he did, he built the overledger on those standards. So it connected. This is the advantage that Quant has, having set those standards and then built the overledger to fit. Now, if you're new to Quant, I see this from House of Chimera, produced this lovely little fact sheet here, the features. And we've got Quant Network as a technology company that facilitates the development of interoperable multi-chain apps through its platform, Overledger, which serves as a gateway connecting multiple blockchains. And we can see here connecting and exploring 130 plus CBDCs. 93% of central banks engaged in some form of CBDC work. 76% of financial executives convinced of long-term success of blockchain. 74% of consumer products and manufacturing companies is developing a blockchain solution. So if we look at the Overledger here, unique aspects, Overledger, adaptability, the quant treasury, the NDApps support, and fully interoperable. So if we look again, it's a blockchain neutral API gateway designed to forge connectivity among a variety of distributed ledger technologies, ensuring streamlined interoperability and the seamless transfer of data between those blockchains. And if we look at the key partnerships, UST, Oracle, Nexi, Volo, LackChain, and many, many more. If we look at the BIS, we look at the Bank of England, and then we see RLN, all these things that are going on in the background, yet we're not seeing that price movement because people haven't caught up yet. And that's what I believe. I think everybody's following the shiny coins and haven't actually caught up with what the real tech is doing to keep this space moving. And eventually Web3, everything on blockchain. So there you go, guys. I hope you like this video. All the best, and I'll catch you later.